let's preview some actual college football games. Let's lead it off with Nevada and SMU. This game brings a little bit of excitement because it's SMU's first game in the ACC. It's basically going to be a self-funded program for a little bit of time. They're not getting any TV money for, I believe it's like 6 or 7 years. Maybe double check me on that. Could be longer, but it's a big statement game for them. And then on the other side, Nevada coming off a 2-10 season, looking to just be competitive with now a Power 4 school. JP, tell us your thoughts on this matchup.
Yeah, this one for me is a team really reeling, trying to get back into the fight for a Mountain West title like they had, early 2010s, and a team in the ACC that some people are thinking that jump's going to be too much for them. Others thinking they're just built perfectly for the jump in SMU. What I will say about this one is I am really pumped, and I made sure I wrote this one down to get a hold of it, is I am really pumped to see how much they lean on these running backs at SMU. LJ Johnson, Jalen Knighton, Kamar Wheaton, these are three guys I just would love to see in a game like this where I feel like they can really dominate the offensive line and both line of scrimmages, how much they really lean on running the football. And now Preston Stone can throw the football and they have weapons. That's not a question mark. It's week 0 and you get Houston Christian next week in week 1. How much do you really, just lean on the run game and let your guys do their stuff and really just beat a Nevada team into the ground who can't match you in the trenches? So that was my immediate thought here. I also was kind of curious on kind of what you thought, Jake, here for Nevada, right? Chuba Purdy got the job?
I don't think so.
No, he did not get the job.
It's going to be the Lewis.
Brenden Lewis will start. He was a captain on this team last year. Purdy's coming off of a shoulder surgery, so he is still lingering on the injury list. So Brenden Lewis is the starter.
Gotcha. Okay. I was curious if I hadn't seen anything on that. So I was curious if he is feeling pretty good and healthy, maybe lose the job. Do we see him anyway? I was curious there.
You got to see him, right, at some point, but I don't know if his injury is going to let him do it week 0.
Well, speaking of injury front, look out for, I heard Lashley said he was going to be playing both quarterbacks. The Jennings kid, who's the backup of Preston Stone. Stone's coming off an injury as well. I mean, 27.5 is your spread for a reason. Maybe you get out early. You're going to rely on guys like Johnson at the running back spot anyways. You're probably going to be running the football a ton. I think the line of scrimmage is just going to be the big separation in this game, man. SMU's trying to make that Power 4 jump. Prove it here. The biggest difference between Power 4 schools and G5 schools, it's always the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got skill, guys. Show you're big enough, strong enough to push guys around. Elijah Roberts is a really good defensive end for SMU. Get after Lewis. This was one of the worst offenses in college football last year with Nevada. This is a bottom 5 program in college football. Yeah, it's not a good. It is not a good team, and the line's been moving a little bit. I might have to even go check if it's even 27.5 at this very moment that we're talking.
Disclaimer, these are Monday lines. That's when these graphics were made. So they're probably a little bit more in favor of SMU. I think I saw this afternoon 28.5.
Yeah.
So it's moving not in the direction for the Wolfpack. So that's a tough sign. I would say the things I had here, you got to think Nevada is going to take a little bit of a step forward on defense. That defensive unit was terrible last year. You bring in a super defensive-minded coach in Jeff Choate. He had really good teams at Montana State back in the day, too, and he just came from being the D coordinator at Texas. So you got to think they'll take a little bit of a step forward on that side of the ball, but the offense is such a question mark. And like I said, SMU, a self-funded program now in a Power 4, you got to think they're going to come out with all the hype in the world and cover this number because it's not like Nevada is going to be a daunting place to play.
No, and I think with the new – this will be our first rip at the new rules. And if SMU does decide to just run the football, how fast does this football game go? If it's just consistently, first down and just elongated drive over 60, 70 yards every time SMU has the football.
I will throw this out there, though. This is almost a Reese-level betting statistic here. Nevada was a double-digit underdog 8 times last year, and in those 8 times, they were 5-3 against the spread.
Okay.
And they keep
I just got more stats for you.
The Fighting Wolfpack.
Yeah, you never know. They don't like being double-digit underdogs. They'll prove you wrong. Reese, what do you got for us betting stat-wise or stat-wise?
The lines, I actually looked at FanDuel. The line's down at 25.5 in favor of SMU. But SMU the last 5 years they've won their opening week. The last 3 have been on the road, so they don't care about going on the road. And then also Nevada is 1-6 against the spread as a home underdog since 2022. So again, I think Shaver hit the nail on the head though. Talk about line of scrimmage, even if you do have that backup quarterback in for Preston Stone, and JP just talked about all the running backs. I just think that line of scrimmage is going to be dominant, but it's also how much of that clock are they going to eat? But I just don't see Nevada going in there and, putting up 14, 17 points. I don't know if they'll get to that number. So I think SMU is the smarter play here.
All right.
We're looking at like a 35-7. It's kind of what I'm thinking. 35
Okay,
to
give you
7.
the last
SMU. That's just what I was about to do. Round table style final score. Who wins the game? Jake, you got 35-7 SMU?
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
All right, JP.
SMU has won their last 3 openers by 24, 38, and almost 50. So I'm going to go SMU, who's going to put
going
up
hot.
45-13. I think that's a dirty 13 where it just come, little late touchdown. Nevada
Couple of kicks. Couple of kicks.
One
just to try to get they put some drives together. Let's reward the kicker. Let's get him some reps late in the fourth quarter. This is the only game I do not have a play in this week.
Okay. You betting menace.
Congratulations, Jake.
Freeze, pick and score.
Let's go 42-10 SMU.
I like that. We're all around the same number. I'm going 42-17 SMU. I think Nevada gets theirs a little bit on offense towards late in the game because you got to think SMU is going to throw a couple of freshmen in there, maybe younger guys when they're blowing a team out in week 0. But 42-17. So all of us are on SMU. That is the play, and it doesn't feel like that's that much of a shocker when they're a 25-point favorite live right now.